Very good afternoon and a warm welcome from my side. Respected Dean SPGs and Director Kites, Professor and Head Department of Agricultural Economics, faculties and students. Also the faculties and students attending this lecture from in virtual mode. Actually, I have chosen this topic because my department and me in particular was involved in this small project. But you know that nowadays millet has changed in all its dimensions. We economists used to teach millets as inferior goods, Giffen paradox. So no longer we are teaching them. Those are now superior goods. So, you know, millet has a very long history. Since ancient times, we had millets, not cereals. So, if we just know, I want to present this lecture under these heads. Okay. So my plan of presentation, I will cover this topic introducing the global trends with respect to millets, and also the movements we have in India, and then coming to our state. So Odisha Millet Mission has started in a big way, and now it has come to limelight nationally and internationally. And then coming to the minimum support price and the millet procurement automation system which we have in our system in our state, and then the a little assignment given to us, to me in particular as principal investigator, and that's a very small project, a small assignment given to us, and the uniqueness of Odisha Millet Mission. So coming to the global trends, we will know that millets, they started this. We started, human started, the human beings, we started our settlements, you can say, with crops, so to say millets. So it was there since ancient times, and you know, millets good for the environment. It has several plethora of health benefits, and grown in 131 countries, and around 60 crores people consume millet in Asia and Africa, and India being the largest producer, accounting for 20% of global production and 80% of Asia's production. So India, Nigeria, and China are the largest producers of millets. So recently, actually, so far as India is concerned, pole millet and sorghum, they account for most of the total millets. Pole millets itself accounting more than 40% of the total production. And Rajasthan, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Uttarakhand. These 10 states account for 98%. Rajasthan being the highest, having more than 28% of the millet production. So, you know, the plethora of health benefits. We know that millets provide antioxidants, minerals, protein, fiber. It is a gluten-free with low glycemic index, and with plenty source of cost-effective source of iron. If you just go through the chart of different major and minor nutrients, just you will be astonished to know that finger millet has calcium some 34 times of that of rice. And suppose when foxtail millet has protein, more than double that we get from rice. But we ignore. Still, we consider that inferior goods. So now it is time to change, to have a paradigm shift in our thinking. Just initiatives at national and international level. National Millet Mission launched in 2007, but when in 2018, when millets rebranded as Nutri cereals, then this year was that we called as National Year of Millets, and in 2023, under the leadership of India, so United Nations declared this year as International Year of Millets. So all the means we got support from 72 countries. So it's a worth celebrating International Year of Millets. Then at Odisha level, actually, it all started in 2017 with the aim to revive millets on farms and plates, and simultaneously focus on production, processing, consumption, marketing, and inclusion of millets in government schemes. So also this is also very prominent factor to rethink including millets, because millets being a C4 crop, having higher efficiency for converting carbon dioxide, observing and utilizing carbon dioxide, and also it is a very it is known for its hardiness and withstand prolonged period of drought and high temperature. So so under Odisha Millet Mission, only the bio inputs are used. So even in intercropping also it is chosen. So in organically also we can conclude that yes, millet. Millets, whatever millets we get, most of them are organically produced. So the major objectives of the Odisha Millet, that providing a household level consumption, and then decentralized processing facilities, productivity, improving productivity of millet crops through varieties and through research and development. Then promoting farmers collectives and marketing through self-help groups and through involvement of FPOs and other collectives. Then inclusion of millets in state nutrition programs and public distribution system. Several awareness programs also Odisha is focusing more on those things. Then the unique architecture of millets. So in the top, it led by government of Odisha with a multi-dimensional high-power committee for policy making and meticulous development of guidelines, implementing, monitoring, and then the research front, actually Navakrishna Chaudhary Development of Institute of Development Studies, that is a state level institute with support from Tigris, PACE Foundation, CFTRI, and Indian Institute of Millet Research, and also in the action front led by the one NGO, WASAN, Watershed Support Services and the Activities Network. So that is responsible for the designing of the program, capacity building, support to departmental agencies. So the nature of the initiatives, actually the community seed centers and participatory varietal trials of local land research of each block, improved agronomy and millet crops over 1,000 hectares per block under system of millet intensification, line transplanting and line sowing. Then processing units of Gram Panchayat block levels, custom hiring centers at cluster level, and then consumption campaign village, block, district, state level with SSGs, market linkages and value addition. And then lastly, inclusion in midday meals and public distribution system and ICDS programs. So to be specific, the components are like this, like and the block is the unit of the program block. Each block has a target of covering at 1,000 hectares in 5 years. So it is to be taken in contiguous cluster basis, and minimum area per farmer 0.2 hectare. Means half acre per farmer, and the maximum area per farmer 2 hectares. Incentives per hectare for 3 years is 14,500, hardly 5,000 per year, per hectare. Then it expects to cover at least 1,000 households in a block. And if we consider the production, consumption, processing, and APO promotions, then 4,000 households per blocks. Then to be in details, the components involved: promoting household consumption through food festivals, millet recipe events, millet mother events, street plays, through women self-help groups. Then promotion of decentralized post-harvest and processing facilities, where threshers and even tarpaulins are provided to WSSC for to provide post-harvest services at Gram Panchayat level. Then promotion of value addition enterprise at GP level and block level. Tiffin center kiosk are also promoted. And in urban areas, millet outlets, millet Shakti restaurants are also promoted. Then improving productivity of, through millet intensification, line transplanting, line sowing, intercropping, and through natural farming practices also promoted. Also, custom hiring centers are also promoted at GP level. Then the conservation and promotion of land resources here under the OUT, my university is involved. So with our technical guidance and also from research support from Indian Institute of Millet Research, local land research are developed also. Then marketing and exports, village level cleaning and aggregation done by women SSGs, and this is in turn means aggregated at the block level by FPOs. And then procurement and inclusion of millets in government schemes. So Tribal Development Corporation, Cooperative Corporation, TDCC has been the nodal agency. It partners with FPOs and WSSGs to procure millets, which is distributed through PDS. So, so far as impact, we can say that from 2018 to 2021, and the gross value of produce per farmer is threefold. 3,957 to 12,486. The gross value of produce per hectare increased 2 times, from 9,400 to 20,710. And the productivity per hectare increased 2 times, from 5.7 quintals to 12.72 quintals. So although started in less number of districts, now expanded to 30 districts. So now expanded to 177 blocks in 30 districts, and from 22 to 26 for a period of 5 years. And this has been the targets. Then so far as millet demonstration progress is concerned, so far farmers means 1.722 lakhs farmers are covered with the area of around 80,000 hectares. Then so far as procurement is concerned, you can easily observe how in 2018 it was only 5,700 quintals with only 5,000 numbers. Then it swelled to 10 times with respect to the numbers of the farmers, and 100 times with respect to the procurement of quantity in quintals. Then coming to the impact, actually now it's swelled to 30 blocks from 30 districts from 30 blocks started in 2017, and now it is 177 blocks. So it is cultivated now around 54,000 hectares, so where ragi occupying 86%. So more than 11 lakhs farmers taken up millet cultivation during 22-23, and so far as the involvement, 76 farmers producers organization registered under OMM, and 45 they have conducted 45 participatory varietal trials and some unique traditional and improved with 14 unique improved varieties. Also, ragi distributed in 50 lakhs beneficiaries in 14 districts. And so far as the land races are concerned, Odisha is the first state to formally release 4 indigenous land races of finger millets recently. And those are like Kundravati, Lakshmipur Kalia, and Malyavant Mami, and Gupteswar Bharati. So those are in the interior districts like Koraput and Malkanagiri. So coming to the procurement side, the procurement of finger millet at minimum support price, we all know that among the 22 crops selected under minimum support price, 3 crops, jowar, ragi, and bajra, are millets. But coming to the Odisha condition, so only ragi was procured under MSP, but here the procurement was is carried out by the block level procurement agencies through primary agricultural cooperative society packs and large area multi-purpose cooperative society like LAMPs and women self-help groups. And at the state level, Tribal Development Corporation chosen as the state level nodal agency, and also the procurement process streamlined through an online system called Millet Procurement Automation System for smooth procurement management and operation. And we all know that the procurement has touched more than 6 lakh quintals from 60,000 farmers. So nowadays, you know that the millet, the ragi price has been continuously revised in an upward trend. So last year it was 3,578 per quintal. Now recently it has declared 3,846 per quintal. So this is the millet procurement automation system practiced in Odisha, where each farmer with proper authentication of land records through BULEC database, and then after verification, then the surplus amount from each farmers are procured, and the payment to be released within 72 hours. And this is the flowchart, how the entire procurement system and its outcome. So the procurement through the procurement centers, most of the things channelized through Tribal Development Corporation go downs, then civil supply officers, and also through child development project officers through ICDS, and also through two self-help groups for laddu making, because in Anganwadi centers also now ragi laddu is a part and parcel of this nutrition program. And then association of our university, actually university has been releasing several varieties, finger millet varieties. Mostly the most important varieties is available in the state are also released from OUT, and very recently some little millet varieties also released. And our scientists, they got patented some bullock operated pole millet thresher cum planer. Also bullock done four row seed drills. And I also, as the head of the department, also I was assigned this task to estimate the benchmark price of two non-ragi minor millets, mostly little millet and foxtail millet, because 86% of total area was although ragi, still more than 10,000 hectares are cultivated in little millet and foxtail millet. So government of Odisha thought that because little millet and foxtail millet not covered under MSP, so why not developing a benchmark price and procuring those millets which are otherwise sold in a distress in a lower price. It can extend benefits to these tribal people of these districts spread more than 10,000 hectares. So this was the objective. To provide the provisional estimate of benchmark price, means cost of cultivation and cost of production, based on 3 years. Actually, when we got the assignment, it was mid 21-22. So we just we followed this survey method for 2 years, and the cost accounting method what we people follow in CCPC for the last year 22-23. So these are the districts we have taken. Where these little millet and foxtail millets are more prominent. So actually, for little millet, these 5 districts, and for foxtail millet, these 4 districts are taken. And the average of cost data of 3 years we have taken. From each district, and then 1 block selected, and 2 gram panchayats from each block selected, and 10 number sample farmers from each GPs selected, because actually millet was not the primary crop. They used to have other crops, so it is difficult to find hundreds of farmers in one village. So we take these numbers. Then also for 22-23, we cover, because it was a through cost accounting method, we covered all these types of sowings: line sowing, transplanting, broadcasting, also shifting cultivation in some part of these tribal districts. And for little millet, we get all these sowing methods, but for foxtail millet, transplanting was not there. So so these things means for 2021, 2023, we rely on the survey method, because Watson has all the unit level data, and we just followed, we got the inputs from them also, and we also meticulously covered. But for 22-23, we follow all these operations. And so these are the gram panchayats selected, and the farmers for little millet we selected, and the farmers from foxtail millet from the 4 districts, means 8 GPs we have selected. Then all these sowing method like line sowing, transplanting, and broadcasting. And also this is called, actually this is practiced in some tribal areas where it is a local form of burn and slash cultivation. Where people used to, in the hilly tracts, they used to simply sow in a ratio of the seeds of 4 different crops, and they harvest depending upon their gestation period, and that is also part of their tribal culture. So here, little millet, foxtail millet, finger millet, and sorghum, and they sow in the ratio of 2:3:1:1. So depending upon the gestation period, they used to harvest also. So we also take this cultivation in the 3rd year. So these are the distributions of the farmers under different sowing methods during the 2022 last year. So this is, you all know that the farm cost concepts, cost A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2, C3, but just recommending the benchmark price what to follow, the A2 plus FL plus overall over and above 50%. For declaring the price to be approved by government of Odisha. So this was actually, this is the last year data, the average of little millet pricing for the average of all this the different sowing methods. It comes out A2 plus FL plus 50%. The overall is 4,000. But if we consider the final average benchmark price of little millet for 5 districts, considering all the 3 years, the average price comes down to 3,671 rupees. So similarly, the same practice we follow for foxtail millet, this is the average of the three sowing methods in 22-23, and the average price A2 plus FL plus 50% comes around 3,700. But when you just take average of the 3 years, 2021, 2022, 2023, so it comes down to 3,558 per quintal. So these are our field involvements. I used to visit some of the potential districts. Even I inspected that Bagadas Jasa, this shifting cultivation, how the tribals they used to cultivate those things. So these are the foxtail farmers. So these are the indicative price which we get on the labor price, also the selling rate of little millet and foxtail millet. That is also hovering around that 33 rupees and 31 rupees for foxtail millet. So the benchmark price we suggested 3,671 for little millet and 3,558 for the foxtail millet. Then coming back to the success story of Odisha Millet Mission. Government of India has asked all states to adopt Odisha Millet Mission model under for promotion of millets, pulses, and oilseeds. Even State Planning Commission Chhattisgarh asked Government of Chhattisgarh to start a millet mission in the line of Odisha Millet Mission. Government of India has already set up a task force to revise the national submission of millets based on the learnings from OMM. And Cambridge University partnered with Odisha Millet Mission to explore possibility of design of OMM as alternatives to Green Revolution framework. And then even IFAD and even FAO supported the framework of Odisha Millet Mission as suitable for taking up agroecological initiatives. Then Odisha Millet Mission has planned to cover 1.5 lakhs farmers for an area of 80,000 hectares during 2023, and even 1,042 units of threshing, cleaning, pulverizing, and 188 millet value addition enterprises through women SSG and farmer producer organizations are also there. Then around 2,010 crores transport to farmers under direct benefit transfer through the procurement process, and 5.1 lakh quintals of millets distributed in 2023. Then so far as the ragi laddu is, so this is promoted in a big way in all Anganwadi centers. Then Odisha recognized as best millet promoting state award at the National Convention of Nutri-Cereals in 2021. And Odisha recognized as the best state for scaling up millet mission award at the National Convention Nutri-Cereals 2022 by Ministry of Agriculture, Farmers Welfare in ICR. Then Odisha is one of the best models as certified by Ministry of Agriculture, Farmers Welfare and Niti Aayog to adopt and advise other states to adopt this in following in that lines. Then Government of India set up a task force, I have already told. Then World Program identified OMM as the best practice that can be replicated in other states and also other countries of Africa, part of South-South collaboration. Then this is how even millets its consumption is promoted in variety of various recipe demonstrations and also in online platforms. So mainstreaming millets in safety nets. So how millets are included in the safety net programs like public distribution system, supplementary nutrition program, and ICDS and midday programs. So before OMM, actually there was no government procurement of ragi, but after OMM, it has been procurement was to the tune of 100 times. Then also it is a gender and inclusion in gender perspective. Basically, it is a woman-driven enterprise by the tribal farmers. So far as the policy milestones, So then Odisha is the first state I have told to declare monitored by the department, and most of the field level works and also the networks also they are maintaining this. And FPOs, because nowadays we all know that how FPOs are promoted, suppose under the 10,000 FPOs scheme of Government of India also. So now major thrust given to millets, and now millets. If you go to Bhubaneswar, you will find in every restaurants some of these menus are millets. Even in G20 in Delhi also, we might come across with that news that millets are served even to President of USA and all the global leaders. And some of the the recipe makers, even people from tribal districts, even this those tribal ladies, they used to go there and demonstrate their recipes. Also, Odisha conducted even World Cup hockey 2 times in a row within these 4 years, and 2018 and 2022. So these are certain events to promote Ragi. Very means you can say that in a big way. They have installed this millet cafes, and everywhere in Bhubaneswar, in every corner you will find millet cafe. So nowadays there is a major thrust to include millets in our main menu, who is actually most of the recipes now people are trying to include. So government of Odisha is also conducting an international convention on millets in November 10. So these are so many activities, because this is incidental that the principal secretary agriculture belongs to agri discipline, and also your alumnus, Mr. Karthikeyan Pandian, he is also the head of affairs. So nowadays this is more thrust on millets. Whatever they have sanctioned 2,600 crores for a period of 5 years for millets. PDS actually exactly I don't have idea that because but the procurement part I have demonstrated that in this way that millet the procurement automation system, that is very uniquely designed, because Odisha PPAS system, paddy procurement automation system, through paddy procurement automation system, more than around 50% of our produce is channelized in this MSP operation. Around 1.5 lakhs, means 150 lakhs quintal of the paddy produced, out of which around 50% channelized through PPAS. So in the same mode that MPAS designed, so that these petty traders cannot get scope to bring millets, to purchase millets from neighboring states like Chhattisgarh, even Andhra and other things. So real farmers can get benefit, because that is analyzed through the through their land records. When there are certain apps also. So I think in coming days, because for the because millets being a climate resilient crop, so all the uplands in future they can simply take the place of all the upland crops. And whatever price we suggested, actually the cost farmers incurred are around 25 to 30%. So this will be a direct boon to the farming households, because we have he's laughing. We simply recommend these family level price. So for those, they don't get anything. So the per acre cost, what I estimated through my physical visits, it will be hovering around 5,000. So if government can include our recommendation, actually that is in the final stage. That's why they have already included, is one of the first to include, because they have they taken it into cabinet level. So after declaration, they will procure through Tribal Development Corporation. But still, they are also skeptical. Once some price will be decided, then they cannot lower it. So every time farmers expect every year, like the MSP, that next year it will be 10% more. So they are skeptical. If more production will be there, then this will be a burden to the department. But still, whatever price we have given, they have just evaluated the response from the industry also. How much they get indent from the big traders, even from Nasik, from other sense, so that they can easily maneuver the thing. But this is our involvement. That's why I took this opportunity to present. No, actually, because in midday meals, they have already included ragi laddu. And also, they are now after these FPOs for all the value chains. So that nowadays you will get packets, processed packets, processed packets. So not but government procures in a raw form. And the 6 lakhs quintals I have told. For consumers actually, we have means that still those still there is a need of more involvement of FPOs to bring those raw millets to our the home menu, home budgets. So still also in Tamil Nadu also I also expect the same thing. Everybody knows that this is millets are very healthy. And because every household is now having diabetics and all this by consuming rice, wheat, and all these things. So if we can just we convert part of our grocery requirements to millets, and so more thrust, more means more women involvements are needed to just to devise the recipes and to make it more palatable. And if at every houses, if for making dosas and idlis, if those can be converted to through millets, then it will be a double boon. Getting health benefits, also promoting millets, also a futuristic. You can say it is a for the climate resilient crop. So it can save a lot of water, a lot of energy. Actually, we have also analyzed the response of these entrepreneurs and restaurant makers. Actually, they are selling, they are purchasing this, suppose, little millet. So a pack of 1 kg processed little millet, they simply process it from 2 kg, 1.1 kg processed millets, little millet, they get it from 2 kg. So if we just convert to its price, respective price, still it is more than 70 rupees. So still farmers will be, means this will be a big boon if government implement this scheme by procuring and selling, procuring from farmers at a better rate. And also, last year I visited some of the interior tracts of Karnataka, mostly Madikeri and Biraspet. So in those areas, I was happy to see that they don't, no longer they don't serve chapatis of wheat. They serve chapatis of bajra, their own products. So this is a beauty of means in that way we can generate enough surplus to our farmers instead of just depending upon the means chapatis of wheat and making our farmers poor, making farmers of Uttar Pradesh rich. And also in health wise also, if we can convert our menu into millets, then health wise also will be in a better position.
So good afternoon to one and all present here, respected Director Cards and the external examiner and Professor and Head of the department and staff members as well as the dear student friends. Today we are having a guest lecture on the benchmark pricing of non-ragi minor millets in Odisha, a potential intervention in the success of Odisha millet mission. Okay, so at the outset, I would like to thank our university as well as our Honorable Vice Chancellor for guiding us. She is a mentor for this for this guest lecture to be conducted by the external examiner of our PhD students who is coming here. They have to deliver a guest lecture. This is the opportunity for all to have this guest lecture from different kinds of people, as well as our Dean School of Postgraduate Studies generously he is supporting us, as well as he is motivating us to conduct. Without guest lecture, we can't able to move further to conduct the final vivos. In that mode, it is going on. So it is an opportunity for all, because it is an opportunity to look at as well as to hear what is the work which is going on in their state, because it is one kind of very good work. The International Year of Millets, most of us, we are working towards the minor millets, but in Odisha, so their involvement, it shows their involvement, how we can serve for the people, okay, in different modes. So it is, though it is a very small project or very small one, high one, but how it shows that how actually we are serving for our people through different modes. So thank you very much, sir, for delivering a lecture on this minor millets, as well as I thank to Director Cards as well as the President Head to support us in organizing this lecture. For as well as finally, I would like to thank all of the staff members as well as the students for your kind participation in this lecture. Thank you all.